So guys, as you know, I really love powdery perfumes and have a lot of them in my collection. That's why today I decided to share with you a top 10 list of fresh powdery fragrances that are gonna be great for the spring and summertime. And I have a really nice selection of designer, niche and indie ones, so make sure to keep watching this video to find out more about them. And don't forget to give this one a huge thumbs up if you would like to see more top lists on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe to it if you're here for the first time and click that notification bell so you will be updated anytime I post an exciting video. And once you're done with that, we can dive into our fresh powdery top list. Hello and welcome everyone to today's video. It's springy, it's fresh, it's powdery, and I would like to know if you love powdery perfumes, because I feel like although there is a powder note in perfumery, powder is rather about the texture. So if you have a great fresh powdery fragrance in your collection, please let us know what it is in the commentary section, because a lot of the time powdery fragrances are rather sweet. So today I really want to focus on the fresh powderiness. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. And the first one I want to mention is my favorite one from the L'artisan Parfumeur brand, and it is of course Le CHANT de CAMARGUE. And what's really special about this one is that it is the ultimate fresh powderiness, and it features note of bergamot, paradiso, rice, hedion and sandalwood. And it smells to me like you open a window on a beautifully sunny spring day and just breathe in this fresh floral air. So rice and sandalwood create the powdery texture. Paradiso makes it really powdery and abstractly floral. So you can describe it as floral, however, there is no floral note that you can pinpoint in here, and hedion really brings in this airy texture, and of course bergamot is a citrus note and it makes it fresh. So it's a gorgeous intimate scent for men and women who love powdery fragrances, because rice in here is noticeable, sandalwood is noticeable, and I have a top list dedicated to those notes on my channel, so I will leave a link to them and other helpful videos down below in the commentary section. So with that being said, Le CHANT de CAMARGUE is just like this so gorgeous, effortless, your skin but better type of the scent that is not too strong yet noticeable. But if you would like to have a bit stronger fresh powdery scent, then I would recommend you to go into the Cycle 001 from the brand MAISON Violet, because you guys know how much I love it. And it is about the rooty powderiness. So there is iris, angelica and vetiver. Those are rooty notes. So it has something, you know, vegetal to it, and that makes it very interesting. And of course it is powdery, but musk in here really softens all the edges. Olibanum lifts it up. The peppers, they make it really aromatic, and ambroxan make it long-lasting, and that note of heliotrope brings in the powdery element. But once again, it is on the rooty, it is on the vegetal side, and at the same time it is really wearable and noticeable. You can even make it your signature scent and get a sample or a bottle on the website. This is a limited unlimited release, meaning if you have a bottle you can refill it, and I know that they have low stock on it, so better hurry if you would like to add it to your collection. I even have a whole review dedicated just to that fragrance, so check it out. The link is going to be on the screen and down below. But with that being said, let's move on to another fragrance that is on the green side, and this is my beloved Matcha Meditation by MAISON Margiela. So this fragrance is everything to me because it smells so realistically of matcha. I can't even tell you. Spray it on and this is like a matcha latte or just a matcha powder, and I really appreciate the realistic note of matcha in here. So there is green tea, there is mate, and I think that they stand for this green matcha accord, but it really smells like matcha powder. So there are some citruses in there, not very noticeable. There are some white flowers which are getting more and more noticeable towards the dry down, and then there is also a note of white chocolate. So I wouldn't describe it as gourmand at all. It smells like fresh fresh matcha powder on the white flowers, and I love it so much, especially when it is hotter outside. So I would definitely recommend you to look into it, especially if you love tea notes, if you love matcha and you like dusty fragrances. But if you prefer something cleaner, if you like very fresh scents but also with a note of tea, oh my goodness, I have here The Now by Sarah Horowitz, and you guys, this is just like a cleansing scent with a lot of white musk, and this is a very noticeable note in here, and it is so pretty, classy smelling. At the same time, there is this white tea, there is neroli, there is green grass, so the beautiful freshness is there, and the musk itself is clean. So this is probably the least sweet and floral scent from the entire list, because it smells so refreshing and cleansing and very long lasting. So just in case musk happens to be your favorite note, you definitely need to check this one out. But if you prefer greener, citrusier scents and you like them to be powdery, I know it's not very easy to find the one like that, but I have a recommendation for you, and this is actually Benny's all-time favorite fragrance, which is called Paradox from 4160 Tuesdays. And this is a real paradox in a bottle, because from the opening it is really harsh. There is grapefruit, there is yuzu, and there is patty grain, which is this green grassy citrus note, and it is a little bit harsh, to be honest with you, but in the dry down it turns so powdery, the harshness goes away almost completely, and it turns into this beautifully orangey, violety, musky scent. So violets in here almost smell like, you know, those Parma violets, candy violets, but because of the citruses, because of the green notes, they don't smell sweet or too floral or too makeupy. This is just a very interesting scent, so just in case you are in the United Kingdom or you're curious about it, I would recommend you to check it out. It's going to be great for the springtime, because it just smells, you know, of all the greenery and all the flowers that might appear in your garden, and it's a very pleasant fragrance, especially in the dry down, that is noticeable, that projects intensely. I notice it anytime Benny wears it. So with that being said, let's move on to something completely different than Paradox, but also from United Kingdom, and this is Amsterdam by the brand GALLIVANT, and this is the softest, the most gentle fragrance ever. To me it smells of a warm hug, to me it smells of just like caring energy, and it's interesting because there are a few spicy notes in here, such as saffron, citron pepper, black pepper, there is also alamy, tulip, rose, sandalwood, amber, musk and cedar, but it is so smoothly blended that you just can't tell what is in here. It's just about the feeling that it gives you, and I would recommend to wear this fragrance just on the everyday basis, because it's very comforting, it's really cozy, it is absolutely unisex, and it has this powdery texture or powdery vibe without being like obviously powdery. So this is just a very unique and interesting scent that is floral, you know, just like a tulip flower that blooms in the springtime, is very fresh, and I feel has very unique scent. So does Amsterdam, so I highly recommend you to check it out. But another fragrance that I would recommend also on the floral side would be this one from Christian Dior's exclusive French that is called Souffle de Soie, and I got a mini bottle of it along with my purchase of Tobacco. So I really noticed it from their entire range, because to me it smells like creamy flowers and it is slightly sweet. However, I can't call it gourmand. You know, like there are people who don't like sweet desserts. They're like, okay, this is too sweet for me. They're eating sweets, but they are too sweet for them, so they're looking for something not as sweet, not as candy-like, and that is exactly how I can describe this fragrance. To me, it smells like a creamy floral dessert that has no sugar in it, and I really like it, especially in the morning, because it's, you know, classy and elegant, very light and effortless. And Amsterdam is the one that I would recommend maybe in the evening, you know, when it's warm and at the same time quite cool during the springtime. It just has this beautiful warmness to it, when Souffle de Soie has more of the fresh coolness. So with that being said, while we are on the fresh powdery floral fragrances, I just need to mention my OG favorite from a designer brand, Narciso Rodriguez, and you guys know what it is because I rave about Pure Musk all the time on my channel. This is such a pretty perfume, you guys. The minute I smelled it, I was blown by it because wow, first of all, it is intense, but in a nice way. It's not overwhelming, wherein you're like, oh, it's too much, but at the same time, you're like, wow, I smell good. You know that feeling? It gives me it anytime I wear it. There is a lot of musk in here, of course, because this is sort of like a signature note for this brand. Let me know if you notice that about them too. And by the way, if you have a Narciso Rodriguez fragrance, please let me know which one. So far, this is my favorite from them because it is sort of like white floral and musky, but there is almost something dirty going on in there, and I love that element about it. It makes it just stand out from all the other white floral perfumes, and it is long lasting, and it just smells so nice. So I would definitely recommend you to look into it. And the last sort of white floral perfume, but I would say the most unique and original one I want to mention is from the British niche brand Sarah Baker, that is called Lace. By the way, it was created by the same perfumer Sarah McCartney who made Paradox, but whoa, I almost broke my bottles. But these are very different scents. So Lace features very unique notes. I will spray it maybe on my hair because it's sexy. And there is coconut in there, there is vanilla, there is ambroxan, cologne, jasmine, musk, hedion, and cedar. So although there is coconut and vanilla, and there is like a very beautiful creamy sweetness, it's not a gourmand scent. And you just need to imagine yourself on the vacation, waking up in the hotel, opening the window, getting in this fresh and at the same time floral, slightly aquatic air from the outside, and it just like a breeze goes to your perfumed clothing that is hanging next to your bed. This is just like an idea for you to get how it smells. It's a very strong perfume, it's very cool, and although there is a bunch of some sweet notes, it's not sweet because there are also aquatic, fresh, salty notes. There is hedion that just makes it so diffusive and really airy, so I really like it for that. We have that note also in the first fragrance I mentioned, Le Chant de Camaargue, but now we are on the last but not least one, which is like a staple from my collection, and I would definitely recommend it to everyone because this is a bestseller from the brand BYREDO, and of course I'm talking about my favorite Gypsy Water. You guys, this fragrance is unbeatable. I know that it is very popular for a reason. It's even a safe blind buy, and what's really nice about it is that it features very different kind of notes. So for example, in the opening, and I will spray it right here because I can't get enough of it, there is juniper, lemon, bergamot, and pepper. So juniper is not my favorite note because most of the time it smells too masculine, bitter, green, aggressive, and I'm not the biggest fan of citrusy notes either, but they play so well with the pine needles from the heart of this composition. There is incense for some mystery, there is orris root for this powderiness, and there is vanilla with sandalwood. So now listen to me, although there is vanilla and it makes it smell really, I would say attractive. You know, this quality about vanilla, not only it makes perfume sweet sometimes, but sometimes perfumers add vanilla just to create this very round and attractive vibe, and we get a lot of it in here. So it is powdery, there is orris root, it is really noticeable, there is vanilla and sandalwood together. They are rather smooth, and that's really the texture of this fragrance. It's like smooth, aromatic, mysterious kind of powder, and I love to wear this fragrance during the Christmas time, but I know that so many people prefer it when it is warmer outside for a great reason. So this is just a beautiful all year rounder for men and women, totally unisex, and I can't recommend it enough. And with that being said, that was all from me today. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. Please let me know which of the mentioned fragrances stood out the most to you, and maybe you will check out for the spring and summertime, or maybe you have a great fresh powdery perfume in your collection, then I would really like to know more about it. Please drop me a comment down below if you would like to see more top lists on my channel and which topic you would like me to discuss. And of course, if you're a big fan of powdery perfumes just like me and you would like me to talk more about powdery fragrances, please let me know which category of powdery perfumes you would like me to discuss next. And if you have any questions left, I'm here to chat with you, so just let me know anything you would like to know or your feedback in the commentary section, and more helpful information you can find in the description box underneath this one. And if you had fun today and you liked this video, then please give it a huge thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And you could also subscribe to my channel if you're here for the first time. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you will get updates when I post something new. And if you would like to get more content from me, you can follow me on my social media. And if you would like to support my channel, you can donate on Buy Me Coffee website. And thank you so much for watching this one. Make sure to stay tuned, smell good, and we'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.